Hello, how are you? I am really glad to be making it back for a good afternoon chat. We've got a sprint ahead of us and some really good conversation, I hope. When it comes to the topic I wanted to discuss this afternoon, is something that we've kind of been putting ahead of ourselves so far all month. It's the key to finishing your book. It's the key to really finishing anything you're trying to do. And that's being consistent. You can start with a really simple project. This isn't just writing, this is with everything. If you can't find that consistency, regardless of how simple that project is, you're not going to um, you're not going to complete the project. Um, what we've been doing 2 lives a day for the last week, and before that, it was one morning, each morning a video, while I was still trying to work out the live stream issues. And what that is consistency and commitment. And for Nano, that's what you're doing when you sign up for a month to reach 50,000 words, or with Nano, any amount of words that you are choosing to commit to. So that's for those who've been on this journey and that are committed to Nano, and those who are adding to their words every day. Congratulations on your own consistency. Congratulations on your progress. Now, if you're finding you're struggling with consistency, there are tips to help you get moving forward. Consistency is something that I continue to struggle with. Not as much in my writing, obviously. I'm working on multiple writing and various writing related projects. But I've been in this industry really since self-publishing became a major player in the publishing world. And it's really advantageous to find tools that work for you. A few that I found that work for me. I set a daily goal, word count wise, when it comes to writing. And like those who are doing Nano, I do this every day, so I'm not sticking with just a Nano project or just the writing project you're seeing here. I chose this project because it's a longer project, and I wanted to be able to show you multiple ways of getting your dedication through, so that you can develop your own consistent patterns. If you notice, that first week it was 1,000 words committed, and 1,000 words, some of us can do very, very quickly, some of us can't. But if you commit to a set number of words every day, you will consistently sit down and do those words. And that doesn't mean that if you miss one day, that the next day you say, oh, well, I missed it, must not be doing it. Instead, you say, okay, I missed Sunday, so I'm going to sit down on Monday and I'm going to do my 1,000 words. And then you do. So you've committed to yourself. Now, if you find that self-commitments are not enough to keep you focused, and some of us are like that, and that's totally fine, that's where you find an accountability partner. Now, an accountability partner's responsibility is to help remind you to stay on track. Obviously, they can't do the work for you any more than you, as their accountability partner, can do the work for them. This is where you commit to your partner that you're going to do, let's say it's a chapter or a word count or a daily obligation. Perhaps it's, I'm going to do 3 sprints of 10 minutes every single day. So you sit down, you do 3 sprints of 10 minutes, and to your accountability partner that you've committed to do this. Now, this is where you guys come up with a reward system or some kind of back and forth that works for you. That's the great thing about an accountability partner. You work all that out. This way, you know that you guys have agreed that you guys are going to go out for coffee, for example, after you've reached a goal. It's a great reward. It's an opportunity to work together, kind of partnered without doing the exact same thing. But let's say an accountability partner is not enough motivation for you. Or perhaps you're just not a let's work with people kind of person. You can set up timers with alarms where you know this alarm is going to go off every so many minutes, and it's going to tell you do this, do this, do this, do this until you do this. You can set up a calendar that reminds you every single day, this is your committed task, this is your committed task, this is your committed task. Now, you can do it in combination of these things. I have had times where I've had accountability partners, and then I set up a calendar, and the calendar reminded me of the things that I said to my accountability partner, and that was beneficial. And I've had times where I tried to go it alone, and for me, that has sometimes worked and sometimes not. And so, it could also, for you, depend on where you're at in life, too. But the real key is consistency. Hi, Dominica. How are you? How you get that consistency out for you is what's going to demonstrate and get the results you're looking for. You can be a self-published author. You could be an author trying to get traditionally published. You could just be somebody who doesn't want to get published at all, but wants to be able to say, I did this. You have to take that first step, and then you got to take every step afterwards to be consistent to get there. If you have any questions about tools and strategies for being consistent, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you have any suggestions on what you do that maybe I haven't discussed that helps to keep you consistent, put that in the comments or in the chat as well. Really excited to be able to have been starting this adventure with you and working through Nano with you. We will continue this month out on a consistent pattern, helping hopefully everyone keep their writing habits growing. I am up for a quick 10-minute sprint. And then unfortunately, as I realized early this morning with our first visit, I'm absolutely getting a cold. So I thought I might take some cold medicine when we're done and go lay down. But I want to get at least a good sprint in, because consistency is what makes the difference. And that means being consistent with keeping up on our sprints. Are you up for a sprint, Dominica? It really can be a challenge. I know I find myself spread a little thin when I'm doing multiple projects, but I seem to personally get more done. Okay. Would you like to do 10 or 15 minutes? Because I'm probably only going to be doing one today, this afternoon. Okay. Setting my timer for 15 minutes. Start in about 15 seconds. And yeah. You're getting close. That's fantastic. It's nice when you can see that horizon. That is awesome. Hey, absolutely, your studies have got to be critical. But it's great when you know you're hitting a goal that you can celebrate. We're at 12 minutes, 30 seconds. I know, not very long. I don't know why I looked. Good progress toward the completion. It is so wonderful when it comes together too, and when you can see it. It's like something tangible that you can really know you did. And you did it while there are countless others that are out there saying, "Oh, I would love to write a book. It would be great to get the story out." And oh, I've got so many creative ideas, but I just can't get them written. But you did, which is such an accomplishment, so incredible. You make it easy to be supportive, do awesome things, and I am grateful for all of your help with even just the chatting and the sharing of the channel is huge. Thank you. And thank you for the advice on Draft to Digital and the other things that we've discussed. I'm really grateful. 9 minutes. Seven minutes. I should really stop looking at the timer. I am so happy to hear I'm able to help in any way. And I think I've heard Dale, now that you mention it. I think I may have heard Dale mention it too. I haven't really tested it because my concern is obviously the print. But I was going to test it with this next book that I'm working on now. Not the one I'm writing, the one I'm getting ready to release. 3 minutes, 30 seconds ish. It's like 31 seconds. 30 something seconds. Sorry. um, it's all good. I enjoyed the conversation. One minute, 20 seconds. And timer should be going off here pretty quick. 18 seconds. Let's see how many more words I can get. And that is time. Save your work if you need to save it. Obviously, the great thing about you, Dominica, is you write it all down, which is awesome. No fevers, just not at my best. And I've got to do basketball stuff tonight with my kiddos, so I figured I should probably get a little bit of rest beforehand. In the Target you know, when you have to decode your own handwriting, it's usually quite an interesting challenge. because you have to remind yourself where you were going with stuff. At least that's been my experience. I don't know if that's your own, but I've that's been my experience when I've been in that position. Um, in the interest of being consistent, tomorrow morning I will be back at 5:30 my Central Standard Time, and then we will do another 1 o'clock video, probably similar to this one. We'll probably stay abbreviated for at least one of them each day until I get over this. But notice that despite this, I'm still working to be consistent. That should be our goal with everything that we're doing. I will absolutely see you tomorrow. Make sure you have fun with your exactly. Make sure you have fun with your story. Oh, I'm so happy that you're within 9,000 of your goal too. That, well, less than that now if you were able to jump in on some of the sprint at least. And I know it's getting late, so have a really great night's rest. See you tomorrow.